You're not okay the way you are. You need to be different. How you are is not good enough. How you are is not okay with me.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
Hey guys, what's up? We're doing another pajama talk. And to prove it, I will show you my pajamas. These are my hot pink Hello Kitty pajama pants and my big giant baggy Beetlejuice t-shirt that is extremely comfortable. And Scrappy's here too in his sweater, which I guess could count as pajamas depending on how you look at it. So it's really late and I'm really tired, but I have something I want to talk about, which of course is the essence of the pajama talks, right? So I know a lot of my viewers are neurodivergent, and of course many of my viewers are not, and that's wonderful. I love having a mix of all different opinions and insights and thoughts and everything here. Like, that's just wonderful. I love having a little mishmash of various people who can relate to different things here and there, and it's wonderful. I'm sure we've experienced this, we've all experienced this, no matter who you are, one way or another throughout our lives. And it is equally infuriating no matter who you are or how your brain chemistry works or what your values and views are or anything. And this is actually something that I've been wanting to do a video on for quite a while, but wasn't really sure quite how to put it, how to say it, what to say about it necessarily, but like I'm kind of freshly fueled up right now, and that's where this is coming from. That's why I'm doing this instead of going to sleep. So if you are a certain way in life, in yourself, with other people, doesn't matter what it is, some facet of your personality, maybe it's a mental disability, disorder, disease, whatever you want to call it. Being neurodivergent, maybe it's autism, maybe it's OCD, maybe it's ADHD, you know, depression, anxiety, really anything that covers the broad scope of all of the many ways that our brains can be chemically designed to make us individually who we all are, whether it has a label or it doesn't. Doesn't really matter. I forgot how I started this sentence. This is how tired I am. Oh my gosh, what did I even say? I was going somewhere specific with that, but bear with me here. I'm really tired. Had a long day, okay? I need some Slytherin juice to get me through this, which is just water. All right, so all of the things that make up who we are. Right, back on track, okay. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different personality. Everybody has something different to contribute. Everybody has different strengths, different weaknesses, different preferences in life and taste and anything that we choose to surround ourselves with. It's all part of the beauty of what makes each person interesting, because no two people are exactly the same. Every single person is unique in their own way, in all the different complex ways that we are made up and all the things that make us us, is basically what I'm getting at. So while a lot of us might share in a lot of things in common, whether the construct of our brain is similar, like those of us who have autism, even amongst the people who have autism, we're still all different. We have our autism manifests in different ways and gives us different strengths and different weaknesses, and we cope differently, we live differently. You know, even that is across the spectrum. I mean, it is a spectrum, that's the thing. People with ADHD, they all operate differently, you know, but they have that in common, you know. So, and getting away from like the mental stuff, people who like lobster, you like to eat lobster, you have that in common with other people who like to eat lobster, but maybe you like to eat it a little bit differently. Maybe some people like to put a twist of lemon on it. Maybe some people like a little more butter than others. Lobster's a really bad example. I don't know anything about lobster. I don't like lobster. Seafood? Ugh, get it away. And it's exactly that kind of thing that I want to address here, because there's the people who share things, have things in common, who are certain ways or like certain things or live certain ways, right? And then when it comes to our differences, for some reason, it's like, for some reason, it's the differences that come up and split people apart and create tension, conflict. Not always. I mean, sometimes differences can bring people together too. But for the most part, you don't typically get judged or lectured or talks to, or nobody gets in your face for the things that you like or the positive things about you. You know, like most of the time someone isn't gonna come up to you and be like, why are you so happy all the time? It just really drives me nuts that you're so happy all the time. I'm not happy all the time. Why do you have to be happy all the time? Or if somebody's favorite vacation destination spot is Hawaii. For the most part, generally, people aren't going to hear that and react adversely and say, ew, why would you ever want to go to Hawaii? How is that your favorite place? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not my favorite place, so how could it be your favorite place? Like, why would that ever be a thing? Like, I get it, yes, sometimes that does happen because there are grumpy Gusses in the world who just kind of want to tear us down for any reason that they can find, and they're not happy with themselves, so they project it onto us, and it's like a thing. So I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying typically it's when you say that you don't like something, or you don't participate in this, or you don't operate the same way as other people do. That's normally when you get called out and you feel like you're on an episode of like that old talk show with the guy who asked a bunch of questions. I don't know, I don't watch TV. But you know, you get the third degree, you get the runaround for not being part of something in what it appears to be a negative way to other people. And this is broken down into like two different things because I've experienced both on both sides, and it's annoying no matter, it's annoying across the board. No matter which way you look at it, neither one has any more weight than the other. They're both rude and annoying, and they both just make me so irritated. I just like don't even want to bother existing around human beings anymore. It's just so stupid. But there's two sides of this that I've experienced, which is like the normal side, and then the more directed towards the neurodivergent side, okay? The neurodivergent side, which is things that make me different specifically because of autism, okay? Generally, people that I've encountered can't relate to any of that. Scrappy's like digging a hole to Albuquerque behind me here. But yeah, typically people can't relate to neurodivergence unless they are themselves neurodivergent. It's a lot harder to explain or get people to understand I'm different because of this chemical thing in my brain that's happening that isn't happening in your brain, versus trying to get somebody to understand, look, I prefer this vacation destination over this one, or I like this food over this one. That's a much easier avenue to navigate for some reason, because, you know, it's almost like neurotypical people are, while they still kind of freak out if you disagree with their likes and interests and you have your own likes and interests, to shock, oh my God, we're not the same person. It's easier for them to accept because it's in their world, it's in the normal world, you know, but when it comes to neurodivergence, they're lost. They have no idea, and it doesn't make any bit of sense to them, nothing whatsoever. So they project their normalcy on you, and they think that they can fix you by just suggesting things that they've tried, but it doesn't work for you because you don't have the same brain makeup. And that is what kind of brought this up for me to talk about it tonight before I go to sleep, even though I'm really tired. So my brain works a certain way, okay? It just does. I can't say with 100% certainty that it's the autism, but I mean, I don't see how it couldn't be, because it's a very autistic thing that goes on in my brain, specifically with like certain things that I think about, how I think about things, how I go about things, how I process things. That kind of, in essence, is the autism at work in my head with how I process things as opposed to a neurotypical person, right? So when it comes to that, I said something about it, and I wasn't complaining about it. I just had a thought, I shared it, and just kind of stated it as a fact, like, this is how my brain works. That's it. You know, I didn't say, gee, I wish it would be different. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, it bothers me. Oh, I wish I were normal. No, I didn't present it like that. At least I didn't intend to. Most people got it. You know, I was just stating a fact. I'm just putting it out there because I'm trying to get more people on board with eradicating the stigma around neurodivergent brains, because, you know, people, they hear autism, you know, and they picture Leonardo DiCaprio from What's Eating Gilbert Grape. You know, I mean, and it's bad. It's bad to have that image attached to that word. And which is why most adults who are autistic who haven't been diagnosed don't know that they have it, because they also, myself included, hear autism and they picture Leo from What's Eating Gilbert Grape, because they assume, most people I think assume that that means that you're a not functional person, you're not an intelligent person, you're not a capable person. They don't understand that it simply can mean your brain just works so much differently, you process things differently, you think differently, you see the world differently. It's hindering in this area and that area, and you have these challenges and these challenges and these strengths because of it, and maybe these weaknesses because of it. They don't think of it as a complex, completely different brain structure of stuff. They just see it as like, you know, I'm not going to use the word, but it starts with an R and it's a very bad word and I'm not going to say it and I don't use it. I don't believe in this word, but that's where their brain goes, is if you're autistic, you must be the R word, right? So when you say that to somebody and they don't understand, their first instinct for some reason is to try to offer suggestions on how to fix you, because they don't get that it's not something that can be fixed. Like, just because I'm walking and talking and I have a job and I'm capable and I know how to put sentences together and I can dress myself and tie my own shoes, doesn't mean that I am neurotypical like you. So what works for you will not work for me. Guaranteed, point blank, end of story. And even if I were neurotypical, it still might not work for me. So I don't want you projecting your tips and tricks and cure-all suggestions onto me, because first of all, I didn't ask for suggestions to be fixed. I wasn't complaining about who I am or how I am. I wasn't putting that out there as a big help me message board, inviting any and all suggestions on how to fix my brain. But that's what someone did, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. Because I said something about how my brain worked, and they said, oh, you just need to learn to let go. Come again? What? What does that even mean? Even if I were neurotypical and was talking about something totally different, what do you even mean by that? That doesn't make any sense. I wasn't even talking about like a traumatic situation or something I was stressed out about. I was saying how my brain works and how I process thoughts. So how does telling me to let it go help me at all? In any way, shape, or form? So I responded and I said, well, oh, and they said that it's a learned thing. That's what they said. And I said, I'm pretty sure nobody can learn to not be autistic. You know, like duh. And, you know, I wasn't that heated at that time, but this response after that was what really got me. I just put it out there. I laid it on the line. Autism. I can't learn how to not be autistic. First of all, I didn't ask to change anything about myself. I didn't say that part of it, but like, you know, just let it go. Boop. So they responded by telling me meditation. It will rewire my brain. Okay, so I'm supposed to meditate and all of a sudden I won't be autistic anymore. Just putting my knee-jerk rage to the side for a moment, just based on the ridiculousness of that suggestion. First of all, I didn't ask you to help me be fixed. I did not ask for that. And it was rude, extremely rude, to dive in there and start pummeling me with suggestions on how to fix myself. It would be like if I were overweight and I said something about eating cake for breakfast, which I have done, and I'm very proud of that. Being an adult means you can eat cake for breakfast, and it is awesome. If I would have said something about eating cake for breakfast with no underlying boo-hoo, I'm so fat, I have an eating disorder, I have a problem, I can't stop eating, I ate cake for breakfast, I wish I could lose weight. None of that. Just, hey, I ate cake for breakfast. And somebody swooped in and started saying like, you know, gym memberships are cheaper this time of year, and you can find a really good diet plan online for free. Would that be rude? Would it? Yeah, pretty sure it would. This is a person who wasn't complaining about their weight. They weren't saying they didn't like who they were. They're overweight. It's a fact. They ate cake for breakfast. Why are you coming in trying to fix them and telling them there's something wrong with them, by implication, for being who they are? Because that wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly. But for some reason, the neurotypical community thinks that they can come at neurodivergence with all these suggestions. First of all, the suggestions are stupid, okay? I'm sorry. Second of all, I didn't ask for your suggestions. Third, by suggesting a way to fix myself, you're implying that I need to be fixed, that I need to be more like you, that it's not okay that I am the way that I am, even though I'm happy with it. I don't know why you're not happy with it. I don't know why you think that I need to be different, but I'm pretty sure how I am in this world, I'm not here for you. And if I want to change something about myself, I will. I will do some soul searching and think maybe there's a negative trait about myself that's hindering or debilitating in some way, whether I'm harming myself or someone else, or it's holding me back from accomplishing my goals. Yeah, I'm gonna work on changing it. But just coming into someone's face and telling them by association of the words that they're using to suggest things to help you when no help was requested at all, implying you're not okay the way you are. You need to be different. How you are is not good enough. How you are is not okay with me. And it's not okay with the world. You have to do something about this and be more like the rest of us. And that is not okay. And I spent a lot of time talking about the neurodivergent part of this, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but I'm personally snubbed by this right now, and I'm a little bit fired up. So, on the other side of the thing that the neurotypicals could relate to probably a little bit more, and everyone can probably relate to this too, is the preference thing. When it comes to preferences, like I was talking about the lobster and the vacation destinations and stuff. Okay, so have you ever gotten this? Someone mentions a band, like a music group, or a food, or a movie. I mean, take your pick. Anything. Anything that exists in this whole big wide world, someone brings it up. Whether they're talking about it because they like it or it's just a topic of conversation. It's on deck, okay? And you happen to not care for that particular thing, okay? And you voice that. You don't even have to be rude about it. Maybe it's just like someone says like, oh, did you hear that Taylor Swift is coming to town and she's gonna do a concert? And your response would be, actually, I don't really care for Taylor Swift. What do they do? What do they do? I'll give you 3 seconds. You tell me what they do. Oh, they totally go like this, right? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you didn't like Taylor Swift. Well, I do, so I'm gonna get tickets, but you know what? That's cool that you don't. What do you like? What bands do you like? Yeah, that's not what they do. That's not what they do, is it? You know what they do? You don't like Taylor Swift? How could you not like Taylor Swift? She's my favorite musical artist of all time. How could you not like Taylor Swift? Have you even listened to her? Oh my God, have you ever heard this song? This one song is so great. You're gonna love her. You're gonna love her so much after you hear the song, I promise. Let me find the song. Let me find the song. I gotta play you this song. It is wonderful. You're gonna fall in love with her. I'm gonna get us tickets because you're gonna go. I'm gonna make you a Taylor Swift fan. Okay, we're gonna listen to this song now. Does that sound a little more familiar? Yeah, I've dealt with that a lot. A lot. Probably way more than the neurodivergent judgy thing. Because there are a lot of things in this world that I don't like. There's a lot of things I do like, but the things I do like have much smaller fan bases and much smaller niches in the world than other things. And that's not by choice. It just happens to be who I am. It just happens to be what I like. It happens to be what I don't like. You know, it just is, okay? I don't rally against things on purpose, and I don't choose to like something just because of a reason. Like, I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like, okay? And what I don't like happens to be, a lot of times, what the mass majority of people do like. So I've dealt with this a lot. Like, for example, I do not like sports. Get away from me with the sports. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to learn about it. I don't care. You can talk about it. You can think about it. You can enjoy it. Fine. Do your thing. I don't give a shit. But please don't come at me with sports talk. It's boring and I don't care. I don't drink. Oh boy, is that a big one. I'm not even going to elaborate on that. It should be self-explanatory because I think I'm the only adult in the entire world who does not and has not ever drink. No drinking. Nothing. No drugs either. So nobody can wrap their mind around that. I'm not gonna get into that. But anyway, so, okay, there's a lot of bands I don't like. There's a lot of movies I don't like. And I have reasons too, you know? There's, you know, like if it's a food, it's like, well, it just doesn't taste good. I don't like it. Like seafood. I can't stand seafood, but oh dear God, nobody can deal with that. Oh, ugh, how could I not like seafood? It's the best thing ever. I'm really missing out. You ever hear that one? Oh, you're missing out. Oh, you don't know what you're missing. That's a shame because you're really missing out. No, I'm not, because I don't like it. It makes me want to throw up. So I'm not missing the trip to the bathroom to throw it up just for your pleasure because you saw me eat seafood for your own enjoyment, okay? I'm not missing anything. I don't like it. I will go to a seafood restaurant with you. I will sit there and order a Caesar salad because it's the only freaking thing on the menu that seafood restaurants ever offer that isn't seafood. So Caesar salad for me, I'm fine with that. You eat your lobster, you eat your shrimp, you eat your oysters, you eat your mussels, and you enjoy that. I'm not gonna judge you, but I don't want it, and I don't want you shoving it down my throat either, or judging me for it, because that's just stupid. But yeah, like as far as other things that don't, you know, involve like taste, like I don't like certain things like movies, bands, things like that, where there is an opinion behind it, you know, like for example, I don't like the movie Fight Club. I know, I've heard this one the most. Oh, I've heard this one the most. Every time somebody brings up Fight Club, I have to go, yeah, actually, I don't like that movie. So I can't really talk about it with you because I don't know a lot about it and I don't like it, so whatever. And cue the gasp, the rippling gasp throughout the room because I don't like Fight Club. Oh dear God, the world is coming to an end. Everybody stop everything. She doesn't like Fight Club, even though it's like the greatest movie ever. I don't care that it exists. Fine. I don't care that people like it. Fine. I'm not one of those people who's going to distribute pamphlets like trying to boycott and ban the movie Fight Club. I don't care. I just don't like it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to be involved in it. I don't like it. I have reasons. It's an opinion-based thing. I don't like it. And that should be okay, right? It should be, but for some reason it's not. Everybody just reacts so dramatically when you don't like something that they do, and then they try to convert you or ask you why? Why? How could you not like this thing that I like so much? I'm like, well, let's see. Do we share DNA? You know, I'm pretty sure we don't share DNA, so that can't be it. Maybe we were raised in different states. No, that can't be it. We have different preferences because we're different people. No, that can't be it. Yeah, I must just be a freak. I just must be a freak of society. That's got to be the only reason, right? Like, I just don't get what people's problem is. Why they have to hit the ceiling if you don't like something that they like, and then they don't drop it. They don't drop it. They try to just ram it down your throat. Oh, I've gotten that so much, like with music. Oh, the music thing, that Taylor Swift thing is very close to experiences that I've had happen to me. Because when when people like certain music, I just don't. It makes me cringe. It doesn't make me feel good. It's just, ugh, I don't want to listen to it. And then they'll bring it up. I'll say I don't like it. Cue the gasping and the overreaction and the, oh God, how could you? You know, you've blasphemed all over my face. What the hell? And then they try to make me listen to it every single time. Like, it's like they think that I made this decision deaf and blind in a cave without ever having been exposed to it or something. Like, they think that exposure therapy is what I need to fix my opinion. And I'm just like, I know what I like. I know. I've tried it. I've heard it. I decided based on experiencing it that I don't like it. Why do you think shoving it in my face and forcing me to listen to more of it is going to change my opinion? Yeah, they always sit and they force me to listen to more of it on the spot, as if that's magically going to make it any better. Like, has the band completely changed? Like, have all the members quit, replaced with new members, and created a different musical style, 100% different than what they used to do? I'm not sure what your end goal here is, because, I mean, logically speaking, if nothing about the band has changed, and I didn't like them based on that, and it's the same, why in the world would this moment change my mind? I don't understand that. So it's just the feeling of just not being correct with your own preferences. You know, I don't understand the inherent urge that people have to correct you or fix you or change you for their benefit somehow. Like, I don't know if it's like this thing that people have. See, now this is something I don't understand about neurotypical people because I'm neurodivergent. Maybe it's a social urge. Like, I love this so much, I want to be able to share it with you, and it breaks my heart that you don't like it. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I've never experienced that because JJ likes a lot of stuff that I do not like. I like a lot of stuff that he does not like. But guess what? It's never been a problem. It's never been an issue. Neither one of us has ever gasped in horror when the other person doesn't like the thing that the other one does. Ever. We've shared things. I've tried it. He's tried some of my stuff and we've both formed the opinion, you know what, I don't really like this. And we move on. He keeps his stuff that he likes that I don't. I keep my stuff that I like that he doesn't. And it's fine. We've never felt the urge to force it on each other just so that we can share something that we like with each other. And nobody in the world is closer than me and JJ, okay? I'm sure, okay, a lot of people probably are, but nobody's closer to either one of us than we are to each other. And we still don't even feel the need to shove our interests down the other's throat just so that we can share it with the person that we're closest with. So I don't know why, when I just met somebody, or I've only known them for a couple of weeks, and I even met them only a couple of times, why they get so personally offended when I can't share in the joy of their favorite thing with them because I already know I don't like it because I have lived my own life separately while they were living their life. Like, I wasn't just sitting there completely inanimate in a room waiting for them to walk into my life and expose me to all these things. I've had my own experiences and formed my own opinions, and my opinions are valid, okay? My opinions are valid. Their opinions are valid. My opinions are valid. And I don't know why people are so insistent on invalidating you first. They break you down by invalidating who you are, how you are, what you like, anything like that, and then trying to correct you and steer you in a different direction and change you. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe that's something neurotypical people can explain to me. Maybe you all are wired with that, and maybe you don't exhibit it or practice it, but you understand it at least, because I do not. I am very rooted in logic, and I have never ever once in my life had the big grandiose diva explosion of offense when someone does not like what I like. I have never cared one lick about any of that. Maybe I might have reacted like if I met somebody and I bring up Harry Potter and they say, oh, I've never seen Harry Potter, I might go, oh my God, you've never seen Harry Potter? Like, that's more of a like, this is so widespread, I didn't think there was a person alive who has not seen Harry Potter. It's more of a shock thing rather than an, oh my God, I have to convert you immediately because you aren't the same as me. You know, that's a totally different reaction there rather than like, oh, you don't like Harry Potter? My heart is broken. Ah. You know, that's totally different. I'm getting really dramatic here. I'm sorry, but just so yeah, the preference thing, personally for me, it's easier to let it slide. Just for me, I mean, it's very irritating no matter who you are. I know. Oh, I know. But for me, it's easier to let that part of it slide. It's the neurodivergent thing when people come at me and try to invalidate it somehow and, you know, tell me something stupid like meditation is going to fix it. Something like that. You know, I'm just like, how ignorant are you? Really? Like, do you think before you speak? Or what? You know, I don't get it. I've never been a fan of unsolicited advice. I really don't like it. It puts me in a very negative mindset when people give me unsolicited advice. If I want advice, I will ask. I will say, hey, help me out. I'm dealing with this problem. I want suggestions. Give me your opinion. Maybe you can think of something that I haven't thought of yet. Help me out. If I'm just putting something out there as a statement, that is not an invitation for people to weigh in and give suggestions on how to fix something or remedy something. Like, I know, I understand that that's probably a normal human instinct and normal human urge. I get it. Kind of. Objectively, I understand it. On the other side of the window pane type of way, I understand it. It's not what goes on in my brain. It is not instinctive for me to try to fix everyone or offer suggestions when none were requested. I don't understand that on a personal level. So that's probably why it irritates me when other people do it, because it's very logical. It breaks down into specific wording. Statement, to me, logically, is not an invitation for suggestions. It's a statement. It's a conversation starter, if nothing else. Now, if the conversation goes and rolls along and it becomes a thing, like, that is a totally different thing than just coming at somebody when they make a statement and just automatically jumping on them and trying to throw suggestions at them to change them and get them to do what you want them to do and making them your little puppet boy. You know, I mean, I know it's natural. It's probably, this is why I struggle socially, because I don't understand how conversation is naturally supposed to flow, because I'm so logic based that the natural progression of a conversation makes no logical sense to me, because it almost has to be script-like for it to make sense to me. And script-wise, saying I like pizza, it's not a question, it's not a quandary, it's a statement. Did that make any sense? See, it's hard for me to explain how my brain works, which is exactly why I tried to do that before, and I got into it a little bit, and I'm like, this is how my brain works, tick, 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 tick. And then this person swoops in with your cure-all meditation suggestion, and I'm like, who asked you to fix my brain? I was just saying how it works, and you're simultaneously telling me in the same breath that it's wrong and needs to be fixed, and this is the dumbest suggestion in the world to fix it. So it made me a little mad. I don't often get mad. Angry is not an emotion I enjoy, and I avoid it as much as possible. Again, logic-based, I don't tend to go to angry very quickly or very easily. It takes a lot to make me angry. It's more like this type of thing where there's just nothing to be done. You can't reason with someone. They're behaving rudely. You're in a situation where your hands are just kind of tied. Like, there's nothing to be done. I always will find a solution in any situation that I'm in, no matter what. I will find solutions. There are multiple solutions for every problem. I will always find them. If one doesn't work, I'll move on to the next one. I'll move to the next one. It is when I hit a wall and absolutely nothing more can be done, that's when I get angry. It's very rare that that happens, you know, and human beings are probably the biggest basis of the things that cause me anger on the rare occasions that it happens, because some people you just can't get through to, and they're just going to act how they're going to act, and there is nothing to be done. Am I trying to change them, even though I think that they're acting inappropriately and they're being rude and they're being kind of not a great human right now? Am I trying to change them despite all of that? No, I'm not. All I can do is say my part, hope that they understand, and move on with their day, and I'll try to move on with mine. But I'm not trying to fix them, even though I believe what they are doing to be bad or wrong, even though they're treating me like me just being me is bad or wrong, and they have decided to take it upon themselves to try to fix me. That is what bothers me about humans. I know not all humans are like that, but it's So I know that this was a really long pajama talk. I hope that maybe you found it insightful, and I'm sure a lot of you, if not all of you, can relate to a lot of the things that we talked about here. I'm not asking for suggestions. Again, I'm just sharing my thoughts with you, and you know, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you, if not all of you, can identify with most of it. And that's what we're here for. This is the human connection right here. We're finding something that we can share and relate to together and bask in, because that is what human interaction is all about, right? I don't know. I actually don't know what the point of human interaction is, because I don't crave it like other people do. I just don't. I'm perfectly fine without it. Like, this is a little bit different, you know, but I mean, you know, I don't even to surround myself with friends and have girls' night and all this. It's actually exhausting and tedious and kind of painful and frustrating and anxiety inducing, and I don't like it. I'm like being weird. I'm sorry, my back hurts. My back always hurts. Use at 11. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this pajama talk. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, and now I'm going to get some sleep because I have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So don't forget to go to underworldconnection.com and check out my Christmas candles because they're awesome, and Christmas pickle is extremely popular for some reason. Like, I did not think Christmas pickle was gonna be like the most popular candle out of the new Christmas line. That's so strange, but you never know what people are gonna like, and I think it's cool that people really like that one. It was just a silly idea I had, and it's doing well, so that's pretty cool. So go check out those. The links to everything, all my stuff is in the description below, including the candle website. So I will see you guys next time. I love you so, so much. I appreciate you too. And I accept all of you for your samenesses with me, for the things that we have in common. That's a better way to say that. And our differences. I embrace it all because that's what makes the world so magical, is that we are all different and we all like different things and we all have something unique to bring to the table. And I feel like it would be really boring if we were all carbon copies of each other. So I appreciate that we're all different, and I'm never gonna judge anybody for how they are, okay? Even if I don't like it myself, you do you. Cool. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that lobster in Hawaii, which incidentally, I never want to go to Hawaii, while watching Fight Club. Hey. So watch out for the sheep as always, and vlog phrase of the day is, different is beautiful. I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Okay, bye.